First of all, thank you for being here. Obviously, we're coming off a real emotional game on Sunday. So proud of our kids, proud of our resolve, our fight, our resilience against a really good Texas A&M team. I think they're going to really be good in the SEC. I think, obviously, Coach is a 7-time Hall of Famer. It takes so much going into that game preparation-wise. You got to have your thinking cap on. You got to show some toughness and resilience, which we did. And to go in there and play, I told Coach yesterday, I think we were busy, and I said, that's the best we've played all year. In my mind, it was better than really how we played at Stanford. And obviously we don't have our three back that we had available for Stanford, but I thought to date that was as good as we played. Again, in a really hostile environment, give them credit. They had 7,100 fans there, 1,400 students, and they were loud. It was a pretty incredible environment, and just really, again, proud of our kids for how they competed. Shay, so happy for her, made 2 big threes. And I think that what stands out with that is that her teammates have so much confidence in her, and they were finding her. They were looking for her. She's obviously the fastest kid on our team. She runs the lane well. And but I thought you see it in practice every day, but they've got a lot of confidence in her, and she just keeps working and getting better. She stayed in the picture. I tell kids that all the time. They want to talk about playing time and this and that, and the key is when you're not playing, you got to stay in the picture. And so if that means you got to jump in on the scout team or get one of the guys and go, hey, I know we're going against the guys today or the men's practice team, but I'm playing today, that's what you do, because it's hard to stay in the picture standing over there on the sideline. And so she's really done that. It's always a compliment when you go to the press room and the opposing coach gives, one of your players a lot of credit. And Coach Blair gave Audrey tremendous credit for filling up the stat sheet in an area that's not, real visible. Talking about her doing the dirty work, her toughness, taking charges. I think she took 2 in the game and made some really big shots for us, had some rebounds for us. How many rebounds you have?
9.
9 rebounds. Just, again, those are selfless acts, y'all. They don't get a lot of publicity. You guys don't want to write about it or talk about it, but, that's what helps us win. And, I just thought it was a really solid game on her part, defended well, but was really active in those other areas that account for wins. And so it's a great win. We're on to the next one. Got to play a really well-coached Idaho team that makes 10 threes a game. They shoot the ball, out there on the line and do it well. They've been in every game. They've played some good folks. I've known John a long time. He's been in my wedding. I was in his wedding. And so we've known each other. A lot of respect there and admiration. I think he's been in Idaho now 13 years, and he's just done a wonderful job out there, and they've obviously loved him because he's been there, and they're always in the top 2 in their league. So it's it's a 1 o'clock game. It's Teddy Bear Toss Day. I'd love to have 5,000 people come and toss a teddy bear on the floor at halftime all at once. It's a pretty good visual, pretty good picture, and all those teddy bears go to local charities, to hospitals as Christmas gifts. And it's just a way for us to give back in the community, and it's just a really special day for us. So just want to encourage everybody. It's 1 o'clock on Saturday. No football going on, so it'd be great to – these kids deserve it. They warrant having a great crowd supporting them. They've had they've been doing well. We've had a couple of really good days of practice. I've been really pleased with our focus and intensity, and so we've got to get ready for, again, another team on our schedule that does things uniquely different. And so I think that'll help us down the line when we play some other teams that are similar to what Idaho does with their sets, their numerous sets, and how they try to attack you and score the ball. So big challenge for us on Saturday.
Audrey, going off what Vic said about Coach Blair's compliments towards you after the game, do you see that in any of your teammates? Which one of your teammates do you see that kind of do not the stats stuff and stuff, but
I think everybody on the team brings something different, and I think Shay kind of has that dirty work in her, more like getting the deflections or being in the help. Her steals come at like crucial times, and just being there. I would say Shay. Yeah.
Jake, you personally were a star. It's like you come here, you didn't sign up that you chose to still stay here. You're not playing immediately, but why did you kind of stick it through? Why? How do you go through that process of staying ready and staying on the side and proving that you earned some playing time?
I think it all just comes into like really buying in. We always talk about being all for Texas, and I think that's a big part of it is not needing the immediate reward or success, but like trusting the process and enjoying the process. And obviously, I love this school, I love my teammates and the coaching staff, so all of that makes it a lot easier. But really just buying into the team and not necessarily myself.
I think the last couple of days not having Ashley here anymore, how has it affected, I guess, number one, as far as like any depth issues there, that you've seen like so far, starting to work without her in practice, and then also just team morale, team chemistry in the locker room.
Well, I think our kids would tell you, I mean, practice, we've had other kids step up. Joe is more than capable of being that player out there. She can play multiple positions. There's a renewed vigor to her game and excitement for her because there's minutes to be played there, and she's played that position before. So, I think our team has responded quite well, and like I said, we've had 2 really good days of practice. Really good focus, a lot of positive environment, and it's just unfortunate, but it's life goes on. You have to move on, and we wish them the best.
Speaking of Kendall, she seemed to hint that she may be close. Is there an update on her?
Yeah, I think we're getting close with a couple of them. I think we're still a ways away with one of them. So I think those kids have, Kendall and Kobe have taken part of practice here the last couple of days, bits and pieces, more yesterday than the day before. So really, I thought yesterday it was like certain kids affect your team, in a different way. And I just thought maybe it was everybody, but it just seemed to me to kind of be Kobe was in practice, and it really affected our practice in a really positive way. Not that she was dominating practice or anything. It was good to have her back. Her and Kendall being back in workouts and having that, having their energy and just their skill set. I mean, it adds a real unique dynamic to our team that we've been missing. And, I don't know that stale's the word, but it's just, to me, it's been different. And, again, I think that's the value that those kids bring to the table for us. And even Aaliyah's been doing very little but some, which is more than she's been doing, right? And so just having her back and out there, I mean, that's our team, right? I mean, that's your sister that's over on the side. That's a student athlete that's not able to participate. So, it's taken us a while to adjust to that, I think. And I thought on Sunday you saw finally a really good adjustment to not having those players available. And it's just taken us some time to get that. So those kids are getting closer. I'm anxious to see what the report says today from the training room on what their availability is today, because it's the day before a game. And we'll see, what it looks like.
Audrey, you guys have had 2 big wins on your schedule so far, obviously at Stanford and on Sunday at A&M. In what ways, though, do you think that Sunday's game is more indicative of the team, that this fan base and that you guys are going to have coming forward in terms of, just that, compared to this team?
I think compared to the Stanford win, since it was honestly just deeper into the season, and because we didn't have the entire team like we did against Stanford, it just shows, even with players down and people moving positions, we still all have this chemistry. We still shared the ball well. We still came with the same energy. So it just gives me hope that as the season's going on, we're just going to continue to get better and practice and bring all of that to each game we play.
Shay, Coach talked about staying in the picture, and he mentioned you there just a little bit ago. How would you best describe how you managed to stay in the picture from your perspective?
I think just like he said, you don't get better on the sideline, so just being available, whether it's on scout team or not, just that's how you stay in the picture is you just keep working and you stay on the court, really. So just being open to trying new positions, being on different teams, different rotations, whatever it is, I think just keep working, and that's keeping in the picture.
Vic, for you, coming off this huge win over A&M, how do you keep the foot on the gas, so to speak, just to continue to motivate your players to take what they were able to do in such a profound way against the Aggies and just keep that going throughout the rest of the season?
Well, we talked on Monday. By the time we went to the floor, we had moved up to number 11. And I've just tried to implore to them, live in it. Live it. Live it on the floor, live it in practice, live it every game, live it off the floor, live it in the classroom. We've talked about being elite. I showed them something yesterday, I think, from Nick Saban that talks about, you can be bad, you can be average, you can be good, or you can be elite. And elite players, elite people, just do things differently. And I want them to be elite. I want them to be excellent. And I want them to live that every day. And so we've, how do you do it? Well, look, it's not easy doing what we do, and we have the opportunity. This team is good enough if we will put our mind to it and think about being elite, living elite every day, that we can do that. But you can't take things for granted. You never know when something's going to happen, and so you have to prepare. You have to take care of your body. You have to treat. You have to eat right, sleep, all that stuff. I mean, we talk about all that stuff with our kids pretty much daily. So just wanting our kids to own it. Hey, somebody thinks enough of you that this is where we are right now. You've had 2 great wins. We stubbed our toe in overtime. We shouldn't have lost that game. We gave it away. We can't make free throws, and we can't block out on the free throw line. That's why we lost the game. Well, that's fixable if you focus on those things now from this day forward and not let it happen again. And so that's how I approach it and try to I just want them to wear it. I mean, this is where we are right now. You're good enough. We can either think elite, think excellent, or we can just be like Coach Saban said, you can just be good. Good's probably what your God-given talent will get you, but that ain't going to get you to the next level. You got to do things differently if you're going to be a leader excellent, and that's my vision for them. I talk about all the time, numbers 14 through 30, those are fluid teams. Like, they're in and out of the top 25 all the time. We're here to have a top 10 program so that in October, when the preseason polls come out, people aren't looking, Texas fans aren't going, okay, where are we in the top 20? No, they're starting at number 1 and going down to 10 to find us. That's what building a top 10 program is. They know year in and year out, this is where my team's going to be. They don't have to go through number 11 through 25 and receiving votes to find their team. And again, that's a way of life. It's a way you do things. It's a way you think. It's a way you live every day. And both these kids are pretty good academically. And so they're elite in other ways besides being elite on the floor, which I think is all tied together.
Audrey, when you hear him say that, what are you thinking there? What's going through your mind as he's describing about what it means to be
I mean, the way he describes it is completely right. You shouldn't only try and be elite on the court or in the classroom, but just in your daily life. I know he pushes us to be elite, whether it's in our mind to be that or not. We know that we have a coach and a coaching staff that's going to push us to be elite every day and every opportunity they get.
Audrey, you guys are about to get to that part of the year where, classes and exams are going to be done, and you have time, you have what I think 3 or so games, 4 counting tomorrow, before conference play. Now that you don't have, I guess now that you get that break from school, as one of the leaders on this team, what do you want to see this team work on and get better at over the next, few practices and few games before conference play begins?
I think the most important thing is for the team and myself to just continue getting in the gym now that we all have extra time. This is a good opportunity for everybody to come in on their own or come in with another team member, another coach, and just work on what you think your weaknesses might be, getting with the coaches and seeing what you might need to improve on before conference comes up. But I think the biggest thing is everybody getting in a lot of extra shots without the class schedule.
Anything need to be said for you or Joe on Tuesday when Ashley said that she's going to leave? She's not the first person to try to change from Texas, but mid-season.
I mean, yeah, we were all sad to see her go. We all wish her the best and everything that she's going to do. But from the team standpoint, I think we all just kind of looked at it as now there's more opportunities for people to play positions that they might not have played before or to step into that role. Losing one player didn't mean like you lose your whole team, so we just needed to continue to focus on our weaknesses and our strengths and just keep moving forward.
Just some of the transfer portal that athletes have just kind of had to. Do you feel like that you guys have gotten kind of used to that? The whole concept of it's more of a here one day, gone the next type of thing. I know it doesn't happen a lot, but it's at least something that happens more, certainly than it used to.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a topic that comes up every now and then. We're just in the locker room like, hey, did you see so and so enter the transfer portal, or did you see so and so is going here now? So yeah, it's a topic, but it's not something that we focus on quite a bit.
What's kind of take me through the history of this teddy bear toss and how y'all came up with that idea?
Yeah, just I think there's other teams that do it across the country. I don't think it's unique to me or what we've done, but we did it at Mississippi State, and it's something that we feel like it's a way for us to give back to the community and provide for other young people. One thing that this team has been doing that just brings incredible joy to my heart is they've been involved with the home Helping Hands home here in Austin, and we're getting ready to play our biggest game to date on Friday afternoon. We have practice. Most coaches, are sitting there going, hey, y'all got to get home, get to bed. We got early practice tomorrow. We got to get on the bus, go over to College Station, big game Sunday afternoon. These kids are over at the home playing with kids, just spending time, just loving on them. And I think with the teddy bear toss, it's a way for my team, these kids, they all want to do it. It would bring such joy to your heart if you could see them and how they interact and intermingle with not just kids and parents and grandmas and grandpas after a game, but in that environment. And so the teddy bear toss is kind of in line with that. It's just a way for our team to really do a real simple community service thing. I mean, it's really, it's not that hard to do, and I wish more teams would do it across the country, because I think we all have those young people in our community, those people in hospitals, those people that maybe just aren't as fortunate, that it's just such a way of showing kindness and that you care, and my team cares. I have really these kids are really special, and again, it's just a way for us to give back in our community in a way that's really needed. And so it's a proud moment for for us as a program to be able to help young people.
Shay, how big is it to be part of this team giving back to the community? Because it wasn't so long ago that you were the little girl looking up to these Longhorns, and now there's little girls looking up to you.
Yeah, I mean, being from Austin, I think just being able to give back to the community I grew up in is something really special. And seeing how much the whole team cares about it just makes it that much more special. But it's been a lot of fun. It's going to the Helping Hand Home and just hanging out with the kids. I mean, all of us enjoy it so much, and it's just been, we look forward to it, and getting to see them all again and just creating relationships with them has been really fun for all of us. So, yeah, I'm just glad that Coach gives us the opportunity and sets aside time to do things like that.
Vic says you guys are going to pick up all the bears. You're going to tell him to get out there and do some work too, or you guys get good with that arrangement?
I'm sure he'll be right in the middle doing it too.
It's pretty cool, y'all. It's a great picture when you got all these teddy bears raining down out of the stands. You get that one photo of all these bears in the air before they hit the ground, and then, instead of going in at halftime and talking about basketball, we're out there picking them up. Our kids are out there picking them up, and so it's a pretty neat deal. And again, I'm awfully proud of my team. I think they're, we talk to them all the time about, do you want to impress me or impact me? And the answer is impact. And our kids here at the University of Texas, in all of our sports, have such an opportunity to impact young and old alike. And I think it's our job as coaches, teachers, administrators. We have this saying, what we do here changes the world. Well, what we do here changes Austin. And I think if you don't take care of your community you live in, you don't need to be trying to take care of anybody else before that. I think that's our opportunity, is to take care of our community. That's to me, that should be our focus whenever we get a chance. And so we're excited to be able to do it, and I look forward to that at halftime. I'd like to have played well the first half. It makes it more fun.
Coach, how would I ask Audrey a minute ago, just getting into this time of year where they don't have school to worry about, what do you want to see from this team, and what do you expect from them during this time whenever they do have maybe more time to be in the gym?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this week, our practices have been great. I've been really pleased with what we've done. I'm pleased with our focus. Our energy has been really good. Like yesterday, I thought the first hour 50 was just off the chart. I mean, there's been 2 days in a row, I'm like, man, I got to get out of here before somebody, ruins my day and gets hurt or sprains an ankle or something. I mean, it's been that good. And so it is a time, like Audrey said, where you can get in the gym, you can get some extra shots up. But we're going to do some things too. We've talked to them about, okay, let's try to go do an escape room one night as a team. And I'd love to take them down and see the Spurs one night, have dinner down there and take them to a Spurs game. These are things that we normally do every year, but last year because of COVID, we couldn't do. And it just made it really hard to get to know these kids. And we've been able to have so much more interaction with them and communication with them, and it just makes a difference, y'all. I mean, Audrey can see when she takes the charge the smile on my face and how important it is to me versus having a mask on. And yeah, I'm over there doing some kind of gyration, but she doesn't know if I'm, got a smile or I'm, what. And so, little things like that. I mean, if you watch the A&M game, I fist pumped every shot she made because I'm excited for her. I know the work she's putting in, and that's why we do what we do. So this time of year is hard. I've got some young kids. They'll be focused some days more than others on getting home for Christmas and hanging out with family. And, that's great. They should want to be home with family. Our issues, though, are we got 3 games between now and then, and they're all really tough. I mean, Stanford in Vegas, Princeton on the road before we break for Christmas, not to mention our game Saturday. So it's a little bit of a challenge, especially with those younger kids. I think our older kids have a better understanding. Shay's family's here in town. I mean, she sees them as much as she wants. Audrey, this is her 4th year now in college. The difference, though, between this year and years past is she's in practice every day. She's playing every game. I mean, it's been a while since she's lived this life, right? So I'm hoping and thinking she's kind of enjoying this is what it's supposed to be like, huh? Because she hasn't been able to experience that. And so, you know, I know the value that a player like an Audrey brings to the table. And some nights she can get 16 for us, and other nights she can get 6 and get 9 rebounds and guard somebody's best player and shut them down. And I know the value of both. And so we try to keep them busy. We don't want them sitting around looking at 4 walls, you know, during the day, especially those young ones, because again, it's what makes them great, y'all. They have great families. They want to get home to mom and dad or mom and grandma. And to me, that's why they are who they are. And it's why we wanted them. It's why they're a fit. So I get it. I completely understand it. And, you know, I can't wait till we can send them home on December 22nd for 5 days because they've earned it. You know, I say this all the time, y'all. We're the only sport on campus, men's and women's basketball, that goes from the first day of school, and if we're doing our job, till April. We get no Thanksgiving. We get 4 days at Christmas. You get no spring break. I mean, there's other sports that might say, well, we go both semesters, but they're home at Thanksgiving, they're home longer at Christmas, and some of them get spring break. And so it's really hard. It's really challenging. And, you know, I've always been so proud of my kids and really admire them because it takes a special person to be able to navigate that at such a young age. I mean, we got Pham on our team from the Congo. She hadn't seen her mother in 3, 4, 5 years maybe. I couldn't do it, y'all. Not when I was her age. I had loving parents. Heck, I went to school 2 hours from home and bawled every night for a month. Ran up a $350 collect call bill. I've told y'all that. So, I mean, I'm a mama's boy still to this day, and mama ain't here no more, but that's just who I am. You know, it just meant a lot to me. So I admire these kids for what they do and how they do it, and yet I got to try to keep them focused because they got a chance to be really special this year. Got to go to practice, y'all. Praise the Lord and hook 'em.